Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Let's get ready for qualifying.
Welcome along, everybody, to a venue that was built for speed. Once an airfield, now one of the finest racetracks in the world. It's qualifying day here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
Right, so as we get underway for qualifying, unfortunately, I tried to get that footage for just the upgrades and development, but I couldn't. I tried getting it transported from the USB drive to my computer. At first, I thought it was the USB. Then at first, I thought the storage was too full, which I knew it wasn't, but I just checked anyways. But actually, for some reason, that specific like 20-minute clip just won't. For some reason, that one just won't work at all. It won't even play on my PS5. Every other one will, but that one won't. But it is what it is. Anyways, topic of the day as well. This is going to be a very interesting episode. As you can see, I put in the trash engine parts for practice because you don't want to put wear on the newer components that you use for the race. Unfortunately, though, I did not change those over before qualifying. So we are going to go ahead and to go into qualify. I could have just qualified and then done it in between races, but we are not going to be able to get that done. And so, yeah, we see both Ferraris though doing very well. Our teammate Richard Verschoor we're getting P20 in between Jack doing it ourselves. We didn't even get a lap time. I figured we would have been knocked out of Q2 anyway because during practice this really didn't look like the best of tracks for us this year. This track just really didn't seem good. But we'll see what we can do the race. I doubt. I mean, if we score points, it's gonna have to be because of a safety car red flag. But anyways, you look in the driver's standings. Max Verstappen leads 70 points, nearly ahead of Lando Norris. And as we go to the constructors, Red Bull still handily leading with 50 points. But Ferrari is really fast today, so let's see exactly what they can do to turn that tide as we head into the race to see what we can do.
Welcome to not only the home of British motorsport, but also the birthplace of the Formula One World Championship. It's race day here at Silverstone, a classic on the calendar, and it's time for the British Grand Prix. With good opportunities to overtake at the end of the Wellington and Hangar Straights, there's a lot of potential for close action around the 3.6 miles of Silverstone circuit. With 18 corners and average lap speeds of around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the longest and quickest circuits on the calendar. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Yuki Tsunoda, and Russell, Antonelli, Fernando Alonso, Hulkenberg, and Lance Stroll, Albon, Ocon, Oscar Piastri, and Hadjar, Behrman, Lawson, Carlos Sainz, and Gabriel Bortoleto, Gasly, Verschoor, Doohan, and Jack Crawford rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Well, they've done so well this year, the 11th team, but that means that next year could be that little bit tougher, because as we all know, the better you do, the higher you finish in the championship, the less development time in the wind tunnel you get the following season.
Very good, Crofty, very good. And that's exactly true. You know, they'll have a lot more time than teams that have done better than them in the championship. And it all adds up. That extra time you can spend in the wind tunnel, that's performance. And the top teams would be loving, wishing that they had that time. But it goes to this team. It hasn't been easy for them, like you say, but there is that silver lining.
This is not going
Right,
to be an
so
easy
as
race
you
from
can
this
see here,
position,
we
but
have a
just give it your
new
best shot.
blue livery. On the footage that I couldn't get, I showed it to you on that footage of the upgrades. And unfortunately, I can't exactly remember all the upgrades we did. It wasn't very many. I don't even know if we. I think we just did one durability upgrade. So not really much going on in the car this weekend. But I'm not exactly sure because the footage won't even play on my PS5. I genuinely don't even know what happened to it. Well, it is what it is. But yeah, not good. Thankfully, it's not like an insane update. We did have several facility improvements, I think. But picking up from next episode, you might be able to pick up some stuff and kind of like understand exactly what we improved on. Hopefully that was the case. But yeah, new car. I believe I want to do 2 or 3 more special liveries. We've already done 2 special liveries, including this one, as we mess up our parking rate a little bit. But I'm thinking Texas and maybe Brazil. Anyways, as we go to the back from the back of the grid, lights out, and away we go for the British Grand Prix. It's a pretty mediocre getaway from yours truly. And now we're just seeing if we can attack Doohan and our teammate for sure, and we nearly go crash into the back of Doohan, but we just avoid it, thankfully. Now, as we begin to lap 1, Norris leads from Leclerc and Verstappen. So hopefully great result for Norris will be good for his championship battle, as that will be great to follow because we're really not going to be in much of a championship fight. Constructors-wise, the highest I think we're going to finish is 7 or maybe 6th if we get lucky, but I'm guessing 7th, and that's honestly, we deserve to finish more like 8th. But anyways, as we're just here starting lap 1 as Jack Crawford, we've switched over to Jack Crawford as the #1 driver for now, but recently he's not been performing as good as the short is. He's not performing nearly as good, in my opinion, given how much better the car is that he has. Because you know how I alternate every once in a while between the drivers. I think I'm gonna want to start doing alternate every other or every 2 races. That way we don't just stay on one driver, or maybe I'll just stay on one driver. Like I'll either stay on one or alternate pretty regularly. We'll see. Obviously, in the next couple races, we'll be driving with Crawford, and then we'll switch over to Rashore for the Dutch GP, and then probably from then on out for a little while. Anyways, heading into lap 1, we are diving down the inside of our teammate Rashore. Let's see if we can get the move to stick. It looks like he might have better traction. You can see just the 2 of us side by side, teammates battling against each other, and we get the position. Kind of like the way that we fought in Austria, of course, but in Austria we just didn't have any pace, and we had 2 screwed up pit stops anyway, so we probably wouldn't have finished in the points. I say we would have finished in like 11th, but because of those screwed up pit stops, we would have finished like 20th. But we just get in DRS range of Jack Doohan, and we're going to need to apply the ERS and DRS as much as possible to stay with that pack up there. There's quite a big DRS train following here in lap 1 or lap 2 already, so we're really going to need to get in that DRS to have any edge to try to get up to just climb a couple positions, let alone 1. Right now we're really concerned about staying up to Doohan as we just go off circuit quite a ways actually there, but we're really concerned with staying in DRS range so that we don't get absolutely just completely fast, if that makes sense. And we go wide yet again onto the grass, and that's going to give our teammate Richard Rashore a huge chance to get around the outside of us, and we lose that position as we go to lap 3. We are 1.5 back from our teammate. We are out of DRS range from our teammate. Our teammate is in DRS range, and our tires are beginning to probably fall off here pretty soon here on lap 3, I believe it is. We will see though, we will see as we go to lap 4, roughly still in the same time frame of 1.5, a little bit more time lost, 1.7, but it varies from corner to corner. As some corners I'm stronger than the AI, and then the next corner I'm less strong or even stronger than the AI. You know, it depends from corner to corner. But now it's 2 seconds to gap to our teammate, and we don't have the highest of ERS levels, so we're really going to have to push the car. As you can see, the car just sliding around there. We're really going to have to push the car just to get any kind of fraction of hope to get us up into those, you know, I mean, P17 would be an unbelievable result. P18 would be a good result, given our unbelievable pace. As you can see, the tires there, front left is gone,
Right, let's
and
have
the
you in
rear
at the
tires
end
aren't
of
doing too
this lap,
great either.
please.
Except the two rights aren't doing too bad, but the two lefts, 40 and 50, nearly 60, is not what you want to see. But we come in a lap early. We were supposed to come in at the end of lap 6, but we're going to come at the end of at the end of lap 7. But we are going to come in at the end, or no, the end of lap 6. We come in at the end of lap 5. I'm sorry, it's because I saw that we crossed the line. Anyways, it's a good pit stop from the pit crew. Hopefully you understood what I meant by
Right,
confusion,
let's
because we
go.
crossed the finish line, so
Perfect
it
job on the
seemed.
turn in there, mate. Looks like a
Yeah,
nice
anyways,
stop time. We're
um,
happy with that one.
I'm all over the place right now. Part of it is I'm not used to,
You only
you
have to
know,
stop once now.
being
One
in
stop left.
P22. We haven't been this far back in a while. 20 since episode 1, actually, I believe. 27.3 is the cap. That's a massive gap that we have to our teammate. We did pit, obviously, but still, um, it's gonna take a slight amount of time to pit. So we're really gonna have to bang on it and nail these times, these lap times, to really get in a position to where we could maybe, just maybe, do something. As you can look on the mini map, the leader might be closer to us than we are. Never mind. I was about to say to our teammate, but no, people are pitting. Never mind. As Ocon, Lawson, and Albon all come into the pit, they're already out of the pit, and so we will close up quite a bit to them, but not nearly enough. And they
Gap
will
to the
have
car
fresher
in front.
tires, as we did
30.5
try for
seconds.
the undercut. The gap is 5 seconds. It is to Ocon, and probably come down to roughly 4 by the time we're finished, because he's on full tires. So by the time this lap is over, it'll probably be a little bit less than that. But we will see. Obviously, we will see.
The car ahead's
As
coming
our
to fit the
engineer tells us
mediums.
information
Car
that we
ahead
already
now
know, but it
running
is what it
medium
is.
tyres.
Verstappen and Leclerc, I believe that is, both come in the pits. Hamilton obviously staying out because you can't pit both the cars when they're that close together. It just doesn't make sense. Anyways, as we go in, let's see what kind of stop time it will be for Verstappen. It's an okay stop time. Leclerc gets kind of a worse stop time, in my opinion. Looked a little bit worse, as both Mercedes and Aston Martin coming into the pits. Russell, let's see what kind of stop time it is for Russell. Ooh, not the best. I've definitely seen better, and Stroll is a decent stop time. But Russell really probably getting the worst stop time that we've seen here, except for Leclerc, maybe? I'm not exactly sure. It's tough to gauge when you don't really have a timer. That's a decent pit stop for Ocon as well. Yeah, this is before we pass him, obviously, as you can see. Now, moving on, another lap. I believe this is. Yes, next lap. Sonoda coming in. Oh, so it was Hamilton again. Sorry, Leclerc came in. Then Russell. I mean, not Russell. Alonso and Sonoda, both coming in. A relatively okay stop time. Piastri not getting the craziest of stops there. Bit unfortunate for him. But let's see what he can do in the Drivers' Championship after the update. Because remember, the first time the game came out, they had Piastri consistently down in like P6 and P8 in the first couple races, which we just know is not what Piastri's been doing this season. So we'll see if we cannot improve on that one, as we see Richard Pashore, our teammate, getting a decent stop and staying behind Bortoletto just a smidge there. So great to see from our teammate there, and hopefully he can close the gap and be the one finishing ahead of everyone. No, not everyone. He's not winning the race, but I mean like hopefully that midfield group, as we nearly lose back in the car, hopefully that midfield group will close up a bit, if that makes sense. Like right now it's kind of like us and then a couple other people. But so far the midfield battle has been doing pretty good, in my opinion. As we dive it down the inside of our teammate, he comes back, wheel-to-wheel racing, shoves us nearly off the track, but we'll have ERS and DRS to breeze past him here. And to get that move done, let's see here. We will go to the left, then to the right, and we will get the move on our teammate done. What a great move. I mean, it's really not that great because we had the overspeed, so... anyways, as I was saying, in terms of midfield, we are definitely the worst car. Or Bashore definitely has the worst car. Our car is actually pretty close to the Saubers, and I mean, I think it's past the Saubers actually. Our second car is. The annoying part about the R&D chart is it never really shows you the true potential of it, as Bashor is just going to breeze past us with DRS and probably a bit of battery too. But as I was saying, Bash, our team, goodness, brain freeze. Our first car, I believe, is actually faster than the Alpines and the Saubers. So the car that I'm driving, funny enough, is actually one of the better ones. But I didn't get a ton of practice time because it was pretty much raining all during practice, and I actually have never driven Silverstone on this game. Um, and for me, I like just getting used to things a little bit more because this is my first season driving without the racing line, so I'm honestly not that good to begin with, anyways. But I digress. As we pass doing out of the pits there, but he's as soft, so he's gonna pretty easily repass us there if we don't do something about it. But we do set a green first sector, which is pretty interesting. As we go to roll out the end of lap 10, yellow middle sector, seeing if we can dive it down the inside of our teammate or defend from doing. We dive down, or we stay there in the inside to defend from doing. We go around the outside and we will keep the position from Jack doing, just slightly going off circuit there. But we remain in P21 and P20 as a team. Anyways, heading on to lap 13. Decided to come in because our tires pretty much dead. As you can see the orange tire icon there. As we're just sliding around trying to get that car stopped. You can see a bit of marbling, I believe, on those tires, which is pretty cool to see. When they were completely stopped, you could see it. So that's great. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, not the best of stop times for us, obviously. Could do quite a bit better. Did I say stop sign? Sorry. Not the best race for us. Could do definitely way a bit better. As you can see from a lot of our early results really were not really fair results. I think the difficulty was too low. But recently, I feel like I'm just getting... The circuits have been harder for me, and I've just been getting a bit worse at driving. Or maybe it's just a mental thing. I feel like I've been getting worse at driving. But I guess maybe I haven't. I'm not sure. Anyway, 2 green sectors, so that's good. We are gaining time in terms of lap time, and we crossed the line, and we set a personal best lap time. So this undercut should work if we don't mess up dramatically here. But of course, I believe both Dewin and our teammate will have DRS on each other. But we will see as our teammate does come into the pits after Hajar and Gasly already came into the pits. But Dewin and Vashor and Bortoletto. So let's see if we cannot jump all 3 of them here, because obviously we are hitting. We had such fast lap times, and we will only get Dewin back again by 3 seconds. We just avoid our teammate Vashor there. Anyways, as I was saying before, I just went on this rampage of the race. The race right now, honestly, is just a pretty boring race for P20. But I do want to talk a bit about the cars, as I was saying. I believe by the end of the season, we can get to be like behind or like on par with Williams, roughly, which would be great. I think with that we'd be able to consistently score, top 10s every other race, roughly. That's what I think, which is what we were doing for a short amount of time. To be fair, that was with our faster car, but even then, I don't think we really deserved it. But I'm not gonna. I keep yapping about it every episode, so I think I'll stop yapping about it. Anyways, as we go to Leclerc v Norris for the position of P1, let's see, what will it be? Norris attacks Leclerc. He gets the position done. Will he keep the position heading into the second to last turn, or third to last turn of the racetrack? He will keep the position. That I believe was who was that just dove into the pits? Sonoda? Somebody just dove into the pits there. Anyways, as we head on to lap 22, look at those tires. Absolutely toasted. So I'm just going to come to the pits again. You can see it's 60% and 40% on the 2 rights.
We'll receive you at the
and
end of this lap.
2 lefts. The 2 rights are doing okay, but obviously the whole tire group as a whole isn't doing the best. And it obviously could last. It's not like they're going to pop I mean, the front left could just pop. The front left could just deflate. But we shall see what. We won't see. I mean, sorry, because I decided to pit on the soft merely because I'm not getting any points. I mean, I'm not even going to get ahead of my teammate. We'll receive a penalty for so let's just have some fun on the soft tires for the rest of the race because we've been doing so bad the whole race. Let's just have some fun on those soft tires and see exactly what we can get done. Just because, you know, might as well. No point really in the rest of the race. Just to see what we can do. As we are closing the gap between Doohan and ourselves. So Doohan decides to come to the pits, which obviously he won't. But if he does, we would obviously undercut him now. Because we're going much faster on the hard tires. As we go to the end of the race, you can see we kind of closed the gap. We did not close the gap to our teammate, but that's because we had so many people overtake us as front runners because we were the back markers. But a disappointing race, especially given the fact that we had a livery specifically and a suit, liveries and suits specifically for this race, but it's unfortunate. Piastri gets driver of the day. Now let's go to that podium celebration and just kind of celebrate with those drivers in Lando Norris.
Here's the checkered flag, and our winner has Landoed. It's Lando Norris for victory.
To do it as a team on home soil, that really means something special, and you can see how much it means to them, the drivers involved as well. Great job by them today, of course, as always, but for the fans watching on too, a great display of teamwork here today.
We had drama from start to finish, but in the end, there was only ever one that could take that top spot. He raises the trophy over his head. Lando Norris, head and shoulders above the rest today.
Right, so as we wrap up this episode, a bit disappointing,
like
but Lando Norris wins his home Grand Prix and Verstappen from
Be sure
P2
to
to
join us once
P6. So
again
great
as we
result for
continue
the
to
Drivers'
bring you
Championship.
all
That
the
70-point
excitement
gap is
of
down quite a
Formula
bit now.
One.
Obviously, still quite a big gap. But great to see Tsunoda with a good result. Hamilton not getting a podium, getting P4 just like he did in real life at the British Grand Prix. Anyways, guys, let me know if you enjoyed it. Please like, please comment, and please subscribe. Sorry this episode wasn't the best because some things didn't go our way, but that's okay. See you in the next one. Goodbye.